Well, a very warm welcome to you on this most pleasantly clear evening. Conditions absolutely beautiful, perfect for the beautiful game. Temperatures are kind as well, no doubt playing a hand in high attendance levels as well as an elevated level of anticipation here. Surely this is the hot ticket going around in this neck of the woods. It surely must be. Certainly this is a very, very impressive venue. Quite a sight to behold. A mouth-watering game this between two very high-quality sides. A treat for everybody here.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully the style of contest.
As you can see, we've already started here. No, that's not the ball he wanted. Marquinhos. Fabinho. Danilo. The ball needed to be better there. It's a wasted chance. No question, that's a foul. Looks to dink one in. Tries a shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
The keeper really dug out his defence then. A magnificent effort.
They've played it short. Lovely bit of skill there. Looking for a decent ball in. Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior! And he's there to clear it. No goals as yet. Away from immediate danger. Vinicius Junior. Oh, great! Has a goal! Goal! Brazil! And Brazil take the lead. Really outwitted one-on-one. Once more, he gets the better of the keeper.
Yeah, he just calmly faced the keeper and waited. It became a who blinks first situation. And for me, there was never any doubt as to who was going to come out on top.
Brazil draw first blood here.
Well, just listen to the reaction. I think you can hear the approval from the support all around the stadium.
Breaks on here. Great strength, too strong for his opponent.
Locatelli simply had to make that count, and he did it with some authority too. Wonderful.
He's made sure that that won't get through. Loose ball, who's going to get there? Oh, real danger here. Played into the middle. Torino have it back and they can go again. And the weighted pass. Too much on it, and that's the keeper's. Fabinho. Hardly anything between the sides, and it's 1-0. Vinicius Junior. Well, the crowd clearly like what they just saw. Some real no-nonsense defending. More than happy to... And they've been caught out here. He's got away. Goes down, but nothing given. Thuong going for goal! Oh, taken with style! They are right back in business! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, you know, sometimes it pays off not to think too much about things, just put your foot through it, and that was a good example. Great contact, and the keeper had very little chance.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked.
Has a hit! That's offside. Yes, it is. The whistle goes for half-time. What it has been an even contest, as the scoreline suggests, and it has been more than decent to watch. So they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. Already up and running for the second half.
Brazil playing well with lots of opportunities and plenty positives to take from the first half. Despite this scoreline, converting chances would make a world of difference for them.
Played to a promising move. What a ball this has turned out to be. Kostic. Thuong hoists it forward. Well, they can break here. Thuong.
Torino have made their intentions clear by leaving men up front.
Looking to play on the break.
Yeah, it's obvious that they're prepared to take a risk or two.
Has gone out. Looks to bypass the midfield. Cuts it out. Fabinho. Marquinhos. Marquinhos. Fabinho. A real chance to break. Fabinho. He's had that put on a plate. Timely intervention. Good idea, just poorly executed. And the finish! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Danilo. Well positioned to make that interception. Well, the ball's come loose and the chase is on. It's on a plate. Real chance! Oh, should have put that away.
Well, maybe the tension around this game played a part in that, because he should have put them ahead then.
Tries to get it clear.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
Danilo. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Fabinho. And the shot! Goal! Brazil! Into the lead once more. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Well, I think two keepers would have had a hard time keeping that one out, never mind one. There was real venom in the strike and clear composure from the placement.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Looks a foul. Yeah, referee's given it. And it's Fabinho. Danilo. It was just a question of running down the clock now.
Brazil can afford to settle on seeing this one out by running down the clock, I think.
It is now or never. Time is against them. He's there to receive it. Shot a goal! They've done it! Dying minutes, and we're all square again. Jim, your thoughts?
Yeah, it looks simple, Peter, but it requires intelligent use of space and good understanding to pull it off.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. So all square with almost no time remaining. Ball is over the line. Gets it back. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Clears it out of harm's way. And time is up. Well, no winner here, but an intriguing game. The result probably a fair reflection. It has finished all square. Your reflections then, Jim?
Brazil can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all. Well, a very good evening to you on what is pretty close to an ideal evening for football. There is barely a cloud evident. The world and his wife have gone to great lengths to be here for a match of great consequence and massive interest in these parts. Barely a breath of wind, so the football has no excuses for not being at its very best. The teams I know are pumped for this. There are fantastic scenes in the stands. There is a great sense of drama here, a great sense of excitement and expectation. La Bombonera, one of the most recognisable venues in world football. Two high-profile, high-caliber teams. This is a welcome event for all these supporters.
Well, under normal circumstances, this is a massive match-up, and I'm not totally in agreement with the view that friendlies tend to take the edge away. In my experience, if the opposition go at it full tilt, then you have to reciprocate. We'd like to see excitement and be entertained, but if it does go down the serious route, there'll still be lots to enjoy.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. And here's De Bruyne. He's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. So a chance here, what can they make of it? And we have the first chance from a dead ball situation.
And this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition now, when a player of his calibre can open up the scoring so fantastically. It could be a very long match for that defence to prevent a recurrence.
Oh, that is a bit special. Well, that has certainly made things interesting. Kane. Neat exchange. England are already trailing here early on. They cannot afford to let this get worse.
Well, it can be very hard to regroup and work your way back into the match, but they've got time.
And that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Lukaku, and they've been caught out here. Well, the defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. Looking to break out here. Lukaku. Lukaku has a goal!
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
Solanke. And here's Kane. Good take, going for goal! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low. And it's been taken short. Kane. Lovely feet. Foden proving impossible to wrestle off the ball. Stones. Rice. Foden.
Kane really got caught in a trap there, and he just couldn't get out.
Oh, some tackle that. Let us put a stop to that. Corner given. They've played it short. Now it's Kane. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. So, another set play. So who is the target now? He's having a look at what's available. Lukaku absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Well, they say that your front lads should...
Had a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Solanke. And it's De Bruyne. Neatly flicked on. Knocks it away. Cleared away. Napoli have a free kick. Napoli with a chance here to increase their lead. This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range. De Bruyne! It is a fantastic goal! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And there's the goal they've been looking for. And he's produced a beauty. He's made it two, and no doubt he's hungry for more. Napoli take a two-goal lead, and things should be comfortable from here on in.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Defenders on the back foot. It's found its way to him.
That's just very well played. He can't hurt you with his back to goal, and he didn't go for the back heel.
Oh, good take in a good area. McTominay. And here's Lukaku. De Bruyne. Tries to stroke it. Shoots! They are rampant! And they're at it again in double quick time. That was a given. It always was.
It's rarely a problem when that much time is afforded in the penalty box. Nobody sensed where the danger was lurking, and the finish was made a lot easier.
And we've reached half-time. As easy as 1-2-3. It really has been that straightforward halfway through the match, but very little to suggest that much will change over the second half. We're promptly into the second full. It's Lukaku! And with the goal at his mercy, a dreadful miss.
Oh, look, I don't want to sound too dismissive, but from here, that looked the harder thing to do.
Saka. Crunching tackle. Politano. Solanke. Time and again they are repelled. Zambo Anguissa. De Bruyne. And he's there to cut it out. Zambo Anguissa. Good ball, it's found its target. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And this is the perfect opportunity to create a cushion between the sides. He'll fancy himself from here. De Bruyne! No, not quite.
We can assume that they've been instructed by the boss to stay in attack.
They're just looking to break, aren't they?
Yeah, the key now is just to get the ball to them as soon as possible. I think they've got to make a statement now to say to their opposition, we're not giving up without a scrap, to give themselves the belief that this is recoverable.
Good running with the ball. Can they build on it?
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Forward it goes. And it's De Bruyne.
Rice just did a brilliant job there. It was one of those all-or-nothing commitments, and he came up trumps.
Saka. Foden. And here's Lukaku, out to the right. Chance to shoot. He gets past his man. Managed to get it away. Defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
You have to admire commitment like that, because he could easily ignore that and just kind of walk around and let others do all the chasing, but instead he looks as if he relishes the chance to dig in for his team here.
Kane. Hoists it forward. A real chance to break. De Bruyne. Oh, nice touch. Good challenge. He just stood firm. It's a very good battle there. Terrific to watch. He's in! Calvert has a hit! It's in! It could be a lifeline! 2 more needed! It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Calvert-Lewin really showed good strength there. Held his man off, didn't let himself get bullied, and got his effort away. Maintained control.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's how you make an impact as a sub. You know, when most are tiring, you can impose a freshness and energy to best effect. What an introduction.
So is this the start of a comeback? England have it back and they can go again. Tries a shot! Another chance! Away from immediate danger. sorted that out. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. He's made sure that that won't get through. And here's De Bruyne. Out to the left it goes. And it's played forward. Now it's De Bruyne. De Bruyne. And it's Kane. Can't get the better of his opposite number. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
Napoli have turned to their bench, and we're going to have a substitution.
Yeah, he's run himself into the ground, hasn't he? And it's good to see that the crowd appreciate his efforts, because he has put in a real honest shift.
And out to safety. And that will be the final act. No joy for the players, nor indeed for the loyal fans. It has ended in defeat. A thoroughly disappointing outcome. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, look, it was very one-sided. Their players didn't turn up for the first half, and then it all went downhill.
Well, thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Well, a very good evening to you on what is pretty close to an ideal evening for football. There is barely a cloud evident. The world and his wife have gone to great lengths to be here for a match of great consequence and massive interest in these parts. Barely a breath of wind, so the football has no excuses for not being at its very best. The teams I know are pumped for this. They are fantastic scenes in the stands. There is a great sense of drama here, a great sense of excitement and expectation. It is a venue this which simply adds to the spectacle of the game it stages. One of the most impressive arenas in this part of the world. A mouth-watering game this between two very high-quality sides. A treat for everybody here.
Oh, get ready for some high-growth
chance! Mohamed Salah. Questions were asked, but he's given the answers. Rodri drives it forward, and it's played forward. Now surely! Chiesa. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Rodri. Neither side yet able to find the net. A real chance if he can get through. Chiesa. Chiesa. Oh, that's clearly not what he wanted to do. He's put it on the right now. What's on? It has a hit! Oh, shooting chance! He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Chooses to go back. Great challenge, time to perfection. That's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example. Kovacic concedes a free kick for that. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. He's had a look.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities. Liverpool have made some interesting moves in getting their fullbacks to tuck in.
Yeah, bright approach, isn't it?
Yeah, so many fullbacks now just want to get forward, Peter. That's just very well played. He can't hurt you with his back to goal, and he didn't go for the back heel.
He's in! Needed a better pass there. Mohamed Salah. Chiesa. Still, rather frustratingly, it is 0-0. Oh, he's in! Out towards the flank. Chiesa. A chance to play it in. And the counter is on. Kovacic. Rodri. It's a brilliant interception. Hoists it forward. Chiesa going full steam ahead down the left flank. First 45 minutes are up. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not going to want to try. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. What's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, they've never really been threatened in the first half. I think it's been a magnificent team effort. The work rate has been superb. Very, very organised.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. We're promptly into the second 45 minutes.
Manchester can feel really happy with themselves. The scoreline doesn't back it up, but they've played with urgency and purpose and can't afford to lose patience in this second half. They've got to persevere.
Out to the left it goes. Just brushed off the ball there. Tries to get it forward quickly. Back to the keeper and go again. Ake. Gets away from his opponent. Chiesa. Ake with the clearance. And that's been levered clear. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Van Dijk. Van Dijk goes looking. Chiesa. A buccaneering run from the defender. And that's been repelled. Donnarumma gets good distance on it. Stones did really well to intervene and dispel the growing danger. Over to the left. Well, there's no sign here of forwards working back. They are staying upfield.
They are, Peter.
Has a goal! Tries one! They've done it! And finally, he has breathed life into the game. Alisson did well the first time. Nothing he could do about the follow-up.
That's just top-notch. Showed exactly why he follows it up every time. Keeper struggles to hold on to it. Ball breaks kindly. He's always about.
There's going to be another change here. A 1-0 lead established.
He's just gone and reminded us yet again of what a threat he carries.
Mateus. And he's straight offside. Rodri. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist Peter in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
Forward it goes. Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Manchester clearly seem to have lost their passing accuracy, something they're obviously going to have to fix pretty quickly now.
Liverpool showing a little more urgency now, and to be honest, Peter, this is what's required.
Jim, there's not too much subtlety or sophistication about this. It really is a question of needs must.
Just has to be done.
Mohamed Salah has been caught there, it's a foul. Hardly anything between the sides, and it's 1-0.
Liverpool are definitely not going down without a scrap. Their attitude just can't be faulted.
Chiesa. And he has been fouled there.
And just look at the keeper. He's really busy trying to get as much protection in place as he possibly can.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range. He's had a crack. Rodri. Doesn't get the pass he's looking for. Stones. Manchester leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin. Bernardo Silva. He's through.
Manchester are clearly looking to kill this game off. It's keeping the ball away from the other end too.
Manchester just have to run down the clock. Plays it out to the flank. Goes for goal! He scored! We thought it was over! It's all square once more!
Oh, what a cracking goal, but a cracking touch as well. That's what made it for me. That's brilliant play all round.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. So all square with almost no time remaining. Gets the better of his man. Oh, he's taken out, that'll be a foul. Mateus. Gets it into the middle. Towering header! He will be livid with himself. Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. And through to the goalkeeper. And that will be the final act. Passion and panache and perseverance, and in the end, parity. A really good game to watch. And Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Manchester can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
That's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. Well, good evening to you and welcome on this most perfect evening for a game of football. Conditions are absolutely splendid and the folk of this town have come out in their droves for this match. Why wouldn't they? It is an ideal circumstance for what could be an ideal game. Everybody has been attracted to it. It has been the talk of the town and the buses have been packed, double-decker buses lining up outside. Coaches have carried thousands of away supporters here too, and all of it adds up to make a terrific, a crackling atmosphere. The match, I think, will be quite a spectacle. One glance and you know where we are. It is one of the most recognisable arenas for the beautiful game in the world, and boy does it add to the occasion. A mouth-watering game this between two very high-quality sides, a treat for everybody here.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm.
Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one.
It was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Brazil with a decent chance here, and there's little doubt about who'll take it. And we have the first chance from a dead ball situation. Defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
I think it's great to see that kind of application and desire from a forward who wants to help out his defence. I think, you know, any good team, really, your striker should be the first line of that defence, and he's delivering.
Now can he finish? Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Oh, he's found him in space!
Yeah, he was under pressure to get that exactly right, and he couldn't even think of the consequences. It was instinctive and rock solid.
Could move up a gear here. Brought forward. What does he try from here? And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Casemiro. Given offside again here. Yes, he has. It's one! It's in! It is deadlocked. It's a loose ball. Marquinhos goes looking, looks to thread it through. He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Yeah, the idea was right, the delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Pass needed to be better than that, and he knows it. Now the counter.
Tottenham have made some interesting moves in getting their fullbacks to tuck in.
Yeah, bright approach, isn't it?
Yeah, so many fullbacks now just want to get forward, Peter.
Maddison. well read, he sorted that out. You can get that clear. Cleared without complication. Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. Gets it back. Richarlison. Oh, he has a pop! It's off target and by quite a way.
I think he still deserves full marks for making his way through. It was a cracking run.
If you have just joined us, you'll be glad to know that you haven't missed a goal. And the shot!
Players of his stature just live for moments like that. Another really important contribution as we near half-time, and it can make such an impact on each mindset.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Now that's what I call finishing, right in the corner. He knew instinctively who was where and didn't need to waste any time weighing things up. That's a cracking goal.
Brazil hits one! He's managed to get it all wrong.
It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
Hefty challenge, but fair enough. Marquinhos gets good distance on it. That'll be a throw. First half is done. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It was very, very tight.
Well, you obviously have to give credit to the front men for the half-time lead, but I think the midfield can really pat themselves on the back too. They worked tirelessly for me.
Brazil head into the dressing room pleased with the thought that they have that all-important lead. Analysis to come during the break. And we're already back underway here. Brazil carrying a one-goal lead. And they've got it back as soon as they gave it away. The referee's awarded a free kick. Tottenham are making a change now. It's Casemiro. Vinicius Junior, he's had a goal! He scores! 2 to the good, they have breathing space. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Yeah, I really can't say enough as to how good the final ball was. It took the defence out of the equation for that split moment, and the damage was all done.
Brazil got themselves a 2-goal cushion.
We're looking at
That's a foul. Simple decision for the referee.
We can assume that they've been instructed by the boss to stay in attack.
They're just looking to break, aren't they?
Yeah, the key now is just to get the ball to them as soon as possible. Everything they would have spoken about in that dressing room during the break has a greater chance of happening thanks to the early goal. It's the perfect platform now to go on and try to win it.
Oh, defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. Richarlison! It's a promising run he's making on the right. Gets the better of his man. Goes for goal. It's broken loose. And that has been clubbed away. Big chance. Try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work out.
I've got changes here, from both sides in fact. And it's played forward. He certainly caught him there, it's a free kick. Battles to win it back. Enrique. Xavi. He's played him through. Goes for goal! Oh, that was no routine save.
I thought the keeper did well to retrieve that. They work all week on that sort of situation, and he reacted very well then.
Enrique. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Natia. Quick glance at goal. Shot at goal! Tries to get it forward quickly. Hoists it forward. Gets into some space. Richarlison has a goal! And that's a real chance missed.
Well, that's a real shame, because it could have led to a real momentum shift.
Well, a very good evening to you on what is pretty close to an ideal evening for football. There is barely a cloud evident. The world and his wife have gone to great lengths to be here for a match of great consequence and massive interest in these parts. Barely a breath of wind, so the football has no excuses for not being at its very best. The teams I know are pumped for this. They are fantastic scenes in the stands. There is a great sense of drama here, a great sense of excitement and expectation. It is terrific to be here in the foothills of the Alps at this most notable of modern stadia, the home of Juventus. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, get ready for some high-grade football, Pete.
Tries a shot! Chance to shoot! Not offside that time. Out to the right. Foden has got himself a free kick. Rodri. What a throw in. And it's Kovacic. Kimmich looking to penetrate opposition lines. Oh, what a ball! And they've been caught. Has a pop! And it's a goal! Oh, that always looked the likely outcome.
Well, to his credit, he managed to ghost into space to finish things off, but the failure to spot him was ghastly defence.
So, a breakthrough already. Munich making the ideal start. It is something to build on.
Well, they've managed to get their noses in front early because they've been much quicker out of the stalls. They've set a high tempo and intensity and look as though they want it much more at the moment.
And they've got it back as soon as they gave it away. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
You have to admire commitment like that, because he could easily ignore that and just kind of walk around and let others do all the chasing, but instead he looks as if he relishes the chance to dig in for his team there.
That's clear cut. It's a free kick. Plays it out to the wing. And he's there to clear it. Davis. Decent progress down the left. Kane. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. There's no flag! Now surely! He's had a shot! Davis does well to read it and intercepts. Ricken. Oh, that is asking for trouble. And the weighted pass goes for goal! Oh, denied brilliantly.
Oh, that's a sparkling save, absolutely sparkling. His reflexes work ultra sharp.
Great leap! Oh, taken with style! A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
Yeah, I just thought he wanted that more than anyone else on the pitch, and it was fully deserved. He gave it everything he had.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Yeah, it's a very good contest with two very good sides, and with such great individual talent on show, it could go either way.
Foden was steaming forward. Oh, shooting chance! No attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work out.
Kimmich. Tries to stroke it through. Neuer gets it away. Ricken. Manchester get it back again. He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Was too timid to make it through the defence. It'll be noted and improved upon, I'm sure.
Out towards the flank. And it's played forward. Gets away from his opponents.
Shot! He's gone for it! Goal! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward!
There was to be only one outcome.
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
Manchester get themselves into the lead.
Yeah, they deserve great credit for turning things around, but they'll now need the defensive resilience to equal that attacking flair.
Loose ball, who's going to get that? Ruben Diaz goes looking. That is going to be the final action of the first half. So a really good half of football, 3 goals and just one separating them. And we are up to the break.
Well, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
Here we go again then.
Munich need to get the balance right to sort this out. Ambition must be complemented by just the right amount of caution, and I think the more experienced players can oversee that.
Well, defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. Well positioned to make that interception. Davis.
Kimmich.
Bernardo Silva. And that's been won straight back. Kane shapes to shoot! And yes, it's there!
Well, this is a real show of character. Rather than let their heads drop, they've stood proud and fought hard. Brilliant.
And how about the timing of the pass and run? They've worked it before and no doubt they'll work it again.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Quite a thriller this one's become.
Oh, look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
Oh, that's clearly not what he wanted to do. Tried to play it through.
Look, he's offering an apology to his teammate, who's clearly miffed at not being picked out despite making what looked like the right run.
We can assume that they've been instructed by the boss to stay in attack.
They're just looking to break, aren't they?
Yeah, the key now is just to get the ball to them as soon as possible.
That's just very well played. He can't hurt you with his back to goal, and he didn't go for the back heel.
Tar. And it's Kovacic. Foden has set up 1 goal so far. Oh, surely! Oh, shot a goal! It's in! And they've got their lead back. Neuer did well the first time, nothing he could do about the follow-up.
Well, look, regardless of whether the keeper could have done better or not, Peter, that was all down to the excellent movement in getting into the right position to apply the final touch.
Have got changes here from both sides, in fact. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
He's just gone and reminded us yet again of what a threat he carries.
He's left his man. He's got it, and has a hit! Oh, well played.
In he goes again! They've done it! And this is getting better and better.
Manchester are really pouncing on any stray passes in midfield. We're talking seconds from interception to the back of the net. It's counter-attacking heaven.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, unsurprisingly, Peter, the opposition looked completely stunned. And
he's had a goal! No mistake! Just one in it now! The game takes on a whole new complexion!
He was urged to shoot, and he duly delivered.
yeah, and all engineered, Peter, by some smart running and movement. That's already something to admire, but how about the pass? Just wonderful, loved it.
Well, it's an inspired substitution, terrific move by the boss.
Well, the instruction from the manager would have been, go on and make yourself a nuisance and see if you can snatch a goal. Mission accomplished.
Munich get themselves back into contention.
Well, it was important they didn't get ahead of themselves and lose their discipline. This game plan could now well reward them with an equaliser.
Doesn't get the pass he's looking for.
Peter, they have to fight the onset of desperation and keep enough cool heads to still deliver.
Rodri. He's got options out wide.
And the finish!
And that would have been game, set and match.
He got too ahead of himself there, thinking how he could have made things safe.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Goretzka.
Going nowhere fast is about the only way I can describe this.
Ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. Kimmich gets it back.
Look, with time running out, they have to get the ball in the penalty box, and if it means a long punt, then so be it. They've got to give themselves a chance.
The ball needed to be better there, it's a wasted chance. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. That'll be a throw-in. Manchester have a free kick. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Goretzka.
Kimmich.
No, that's not the ball he wanted. And there goes the final whistle. Munich are stunned. They controlled it, they led, but somehow they lost. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Munich just may have felt a little extra pressure in front of their own fans that caused a nervousness and tension.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. Well, a very good evening to you on what is pretty close to an ideal evening for football. There is barely a cloud evident. The world and his wife have gone to great lengths to be here for a match of great consequence and massive interest in these parts. Barely a breath of wind, so the football has no excuses for not being at its very best. The teams I know are pumped for this. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. It is a fair distance from goal. I'm not sure if he'll have a go. Gonzalo Guedes. Vinicius Junior. Defenders on the back foot. More than happy to take the muscular approach.
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on, and it was.
Gonzalo Guedes.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Portugal have it back and they can go again. Plays it out to the flank. Breaks on here. Yeah, he's fouled him there. It's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. That was travelling. Portugal yet to have a shot on target. He's had a goal! Goal! Portugal! That is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, you know, sometimes it pays off not to think too much about things, just put your foot through it, and that was a good example. Great contact, and the keeper had very little chance.
So we have our breakthrough.
Yeah, this is also a chance to see what happens to their level of concentration from here.
Well played, he saw that coming. Just brushed off the ball there. Danilo. He's making good use of his strength there, just refuses to be out-muscled. Gonzalo Guedes. Portugal are seeing a lot of the ball and have a 1-0 lead to show for it. He's looked long this time. Knocks it away. Going after it. Hardly anything between the sides, and it's 1-0. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Good idea, just poorly executed. Bruno Fernandes. Danilo. Fabinho. It's a brilliant interception. Bruno Fernandes. Gonzalo Guedes gets it back. Some clever work on the flank.
Yeah, they seem to be encouraging both fullbacks to ease inside, so we'll keep an eye on that to see if it all works out.
He's had a shot! Oh, great save, real class.
The keeper really dug out his defence then, a magnificent effort.
Bruno Fernandes. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Gonzalo Guedes. He's got options out wide. Vinicius Junior. And the half-time whistle goes. There we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It is very, very tight.
Well, they showed glimpses of some wonderful football to go in with the lead at half-time, and that's definitely pleased the fans. I think they'll be looking to keep this intensity up now in the second half.
Portugal leading 1-0 at the break. We're underway again. A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. Tries to get it forward quickly.
That's just very well played. He can't hurt you with his back to goal, and he didn't go for the back heel.
Danilo does well there, alert. Danilo. Danger averted for now. Gonzalo Guedes. Bruno Fernandes. Vinicius Junior. Fabinho. Team still separated by the game's only goal.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
Marquinhos gets into the right position to intercept. Mattia. It has got through to him. Vinicius up for the header. Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, as tests go, Peter, the keeper has just received an A+ grade. Brazil have made their intentions clear by leaving men up front.
Looking to play on the break.
Yeah, it's obvious that they're prepared to
Shoots! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment he simply had to deal with.
changes here, from both sides in fact. And it's been taken short. Plays it out to the wing. Could be a chance here. Cleared without complication. Managed to get himself offside.
Brazil are definitely going about this the right way.
Well, this isn't the time to talk about risks now, Jim, is it? They just have to hurl everything at it and hope for a break.
Well, there's no two ways about it. This is what they have to do.
Good take, and he's had a look. Alisson catches it safely. Fabinho. Forward it goes. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
That's a throw. And he certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Yet another dead ball chance. So he's plotting something before playing it in. So time for changes on both sides, actually. What an adventurous run from a defender. Great leap! The lead stays intact, just.
Oh, you can't hide away from how important that was.
Hoists it forward.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
And he's there to cut it out. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. The counter is on for Portugal. Portugal still ahead by the game's only goal.
This is good ball retention, and it should be enough from here, but...
Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Marquinhos.
Look, with time running out, they have to get the ball in the penalty box, and if it means a long punt, then so be it. They've got to give themselves a chance.
Ball's gone out of play. Pedro Neto. Portugal just have to run down the clock. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Portugal can afford to settle on seeing this one out by running down the clock, I think.
And that's been won straight back. And that's clear cut. That's a free kick. Out to the left it goes. It's got through and... Whistle's gone and they've got themselves a free kick. Tempers are flaring. The referee really needs to get a grip again. I think we've got just about enough time for this free kick. There's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. Gets good distance on it. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Portugal win it by the only goal. Result, no question, the most important thing, however it came. Final score, 1-0. Would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, to me, this is a result, Peter, that says an awful lot more than the scoreline suggests. You know, after the goal, the team just settled down and looked surprisingly comfortable and didn't really need to work too hard.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, good evening to you and welcome on this most perfect evening for a game of football. Conditions are absolutely splendid and the folk of this town have come out in their droves for this match. Why wouldn't they? It is an ideal circumstance for what could be an ideal game. Everybody has been attracted to it. It has been the talk of the town, and the buses have been packed, double-decker buses lining up outside. Coaches have carried thousands of away supporters here too, and all of it adds up to make a terrific, a crackling atmosphere. The match, I think, will be quite a spectacle. It is a venue this which simply adds to the spectacle of the game it stages. One of the most impressive arenas in this part of the world. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully the style of contest.
And already we're underway here. And they've been caught out here. Van Dijk attempts a clearance. Portugal have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. And a shot! Fence has got rid of that. Jones. It is deadlocked. And he's cut it out. Bruno Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Just brushed off the ball there. Pedro Neto showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Jones. Oh, real danger here. Looks to thread it through. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Gomez. Ruben Neves. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. Real chance! He's pulled off a fine save.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
And it's hoisted clear. It has got through, tries a shot! Could move up a gear here. Jones. Tries to get it forward quickly. Looks to play him in, but a minor communications breakdown. João Cancelo. Ruben Neves drives it forward.
That's just very well played. He can't hurt you with his back to goal, and he didn't go for the back heel.
He's in! And he's there to hoof it away. Has gone out. Out again for a throw-in. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
You have to admire commitment like that, because he could easily ignore that and just kind of walk around and let others do all the chasing. But
oh, that is asking for trouble. Van Dijk. Driving on now, what can they conjure from here? Doesn't get the pass he's looking for. Defender's on the back foot. He's had a shot! There it is! Half-time imminent! What a time to score!
And as soon as they made that error in midfield, they didn't have time to react before the ball hit the net. Very much a lesson learned.
Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
Well, just listen to the reaction. I think you can hear the approval from the support all around the stadium.
And that'll be the last act of the first half. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half. There has only been that one goal. It was very, very tight. To review the first half.
Peter, this is far from a lost cause. Yes, they've been hit once by a pacey opposition, but they've asserted more control and look capable.
Liverpool come in, having established that lead. A game where the narrative is, at least in terms of the scoreline, so far so good. Well, the action has already resumed here. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Has a goal! They've scored! Portugal are level. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, I think that defence there thought they were in good position and they had him where they wanted, yet somehow he's worked the scoring position when it didn't see him on. It's really crafty business, that.
Portugal grabbed the equaliser and we're all square.
Yeah, for me, both sides are strong and well matched, and I think you need to be a good player to be out there right now.
Oh, real chance! Has a pop! Goal! Portugal! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
His second of the game, and an eye now for the hat-trick. Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. Portugal go into the lead.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
Out towards the flank, back into the middle. It's on Isaac! There are a few waiting for it. Cut out in the nick of time. A real chance to break. Pedro Neto gets the better of his man. Striding forward, facing goal. That's good defending, very good defending. They've played it short. Jones battles to win it back. Hoists it forward. Chiesa. Liverpool can't make any sort of inroad despite all this possession.
We can assume that they've been instructed by the boss to stay in attack.
Isaac! And yet another chance goes to waste.
Liverpool really putting a few chances together here. Taking one can only add to such good momentum now.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. A swift reaction then, and the boss opting to reshuffle his defence.
Look, only time will tell now if this is the right decision, but at least the manager hasn't dawdled. You know, he's reacted quickly, and it needed that.
Liverpool get it back again. Watts goes for goal! And it's played forward. Chiesa. Forward it goes. Oh, they could break here. Yeah, it's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Isak. Chiesa. Isak.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
Jim, there's not too much subtlety or sophistication about this. It really is a question of needs must.
Just has to be done.
Chiesa. Oh, that had to be more accurate.
Peter, they have to fight the onset of desperation and keep enough cool heads to still deliver.
He's had shoots! Tries to get it forward quickly.
Liverpool are actually displaying tremendous fighting spirit. There's a real belief that they can still have a say.
Liverpool are looking desperate here, short on time and options.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
He wasn't being fooled. He's not played the ball, that's a foul. We have got changes here, from both sides in fact. 2 changes being made right now. That intervention was very necessary.
Liverpool need to give it everything they have, kitchen sink included.
Tries to stroke it through.
Yeah, it's safe to say that they just need to manage this to secure the win now.
Into stoppage time, very little left on it. Whistle's gone, and they've got themselves a free kick. And the finish! This could fall anywhere. And that is the end of it. They hung on right till the finish. Liverpool have some soul-searching to do here. Having been in apparent control, they have allowed it to slip away. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Liverpool just may have felt a little extra pressure in front of their own fans that caused a nervousness and tension.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Good evening wherever you are on this most pleasant evening. There has been a clamour to get inside the ground tonight for a much anticipated game. The roads outside of the stadium have been bumper to bumper with traffic. The car parks are full. There is a torrent of humankind making its way from the nearby station, and we expect every seat to be filled. An atmosphere of great expectation and excitement. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Guerrero. Kimmich. Goretzka with a delicate ball. Locatelli. Hoists it forward. Well, the ball's come loose and the chase is on. And
he's gone for it! Goal, Italy!
A pretty simple finish in the end. What do you think, Jim?
Yeah, and I think we may have had too many defenders ball watching then because they just lost sight of the real danger.
So, a breakthrough already. Munich are already trailing here early on. They cannot afford to let this get worse.
Well, the task is obviously a lot tougher, and they can't afford to waste time feeling sorry for themselves. The correct response is greater focus and work rate now, and especially avoiding another goal.
And it's played forward. Politano. It's come through.
He's gone for it! Sticks it away! All too easy! They are in danger of disappearing out of sight!
Italy are so well practiced in the art of keeping the ball through wonderful passing and movement, and a real appetite to ensure it's reflected in their goal count.
Italy grab a couple of goals without reply. It's 2-0.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
Battles to win it back. Kimmich. It's found its way to him.
That's just very well played. He can't hurt you with his back to goal, and he didn't go for the back heel.
Politano. Pings it out wide. That could spell trouble. Now it's Kane. Guerrero. Ball's loose, who's getting there? Doesn't get the pass he's looking for. Oh, what a real chance! It's in! This is threatening to become a really good game.
I think they can sense a comeback here, and so can this crowd. It's all systems go now.
Italy get it back again. Politano. Coached through there. Here it comes. Politano. Danger averted for now. Guerrero. Munich are trailing here with the first half almost done. Kimmich. Forward it goes. Oh, good interception.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can...
Shot at goal! And he doubles up the chance!
Looks offside, I think. Yep, the flag is up.
Yeah, the assistant did have his flag up. The referee seemed to spot it late, though. Nevertheless, the right decision.
Disappointment and relief on either side. Nothing doing.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
Tar. Kimmich. Plays it out to the wing. He's got options out wide. Back out it comes. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So a really good half of football, 3 goals and just one separating them.
It's kind of a hard one to call, Peter, isn't it? I mean, from what we've seen so far, both sides have provided ample evidence that they can add more goals, and I'm sure their respective managers have reminded them that the next one will be pretty crucial. So it's going to be interesting to see how the teams come out for the next period.
Well, it remains very delicately poised, and based on the promise we've seen through the first 45 minutes, I wouldn't be surprised if this takes another twist or two. It certainly would be in keeping.
And we're already back underway here.
Munich don't need to press the panic button just yet. They may have to tweak their setup first. If they don't grab an early goal in this second half, they can't hold back though.
Questions were asked, but he's given the answers. Goretzka goes looking. Cambiasso. Locatelli. Gets it into the middle.
That's a case of crossing in hope, and unless they provide some more options, it'll be more missed than hit.
Big chance! They've scored! And this is getting better and better.
A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
Final checks on the touchline, a change about to occur. Italy take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Look, it's a whole different ball game now, Peter, and it's a test of how they manage affairs from here.
And here's Canabria.
That's just very well played. He can hurt you with his back to goal, and he didn't go for the back heel.
Italy have made their intentions clear by leaving men up front.
Looking to play on the break.
Yeah, it's obvious that they're prepared to take a risk or two.
And help's available out wide.
Has a hit!
Neuer. Kimmich. Knocked down by a lack of accuracy. Politano.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
be a throw-in. Well, that's where he wants it. Gets away from his opponents. Going through. He's had a go! Just misses past the post.
Oh, how close was that to going in? It only required the smallest of tweaks.
Tries to get it forward quickly. And here's Canabry. And here's Kane. It's on a plate. Tries a shot! Another save. They've played it short. Turns and goes back. Now it's Canabry. Forward pass. He's left his man. Great run this, he's covered quite a distance. He's making good use of his strength there, just refuses to be out-muscled. Well, the defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. Cuts it out. Now it's Kane. Great strength, too strong for his opponent.
Peter, we can only applaud that quality of tackle in the circumstances. It was probably...
Oh, shooting chance! Should have put that one away.
He'll be fuming with himself for not converting. He could have killed it off.
And that's been levered clear. Chooses to go back. A little accusatory stare there tells the whole story.
Italy just had to make the ball stick, but came up short.
Kimmich. And here's Canabry. 5 minutes left on the clock. Good ball, it's felt. And the shot! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Yeah, that's great running from the way he manoeuvred himself into such a good position to receive the pass and go through on the goalkeeper then.
Locatelli. Has he picked him out? Room for a shot. Kimmich. Gets the better of his man. Kimmich. And it's Canabry. And here's Kane. Canabry, and the shot! And that is the last effort of the game. No joy for the players, nor indeed for the loyal fans. It has ended in defeat. A thoroughly disappointing outcome. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Munich lost their way after falling behind early. Their concentration was weakened and their character, and that's cause for address.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, good evening to you and welcome on this most perfect evening for a game of football. Conditions are absolutely splendid and the folk of this town have come out in their droves for this match. Why wouldn't they? It is an ideal circumstance for what could be an ideal game. Everybody has been attracted to it. It has been the talk of the town, and the buses have been packed, double-decker buses lining up outside. Coaches have carried thousands of away supporters here too, and all of it adds up to make a terrific, a crackling atmosphere. The match, I think, will be quite a spectacle. Shapes to shoot!
Again, let me mention what a wonderful stop the goalkeeper pulled off there. Really wonderful.
Valverde. Vinicius Junior. No, that's not the ball he wanted. Sommer can pick that up. Calhanoglu. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Now it's Calhanoglu. Great challenge, time to perfection. Valverde. Madrid still without an attempt on target. And it's played forward. Hoists it high. He's got through. What a ball this has turned out to be.
Has a hit! And he's done it!
And that really is so impressive.
Martinez showed real composure then. I mean, how often do you see a player do everything right until he gets into the box, only to completely kind of fluff the finish? Not him.
A 1-0 lead established.
Still a fragile lead, though. They can't afford to sit on this.
That's a hit! Just fizzes past the post.
Look, I'm sure he'll deny it, Peter, but the keeper didn't have that covered.
Calhanoglu. Loose ball, who's going to get that? Alexander-Arnold. Vinicius Junior. Oh, that's clearly not what he wanted to do. Plays it over to the other flank. That's sprayed out wide.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior making use of the space out wide.
That's just very well played. He can't hurt you with his back to goal, and he didn't go for the back heel.
Gone behind for a goal kick. Valverde. Rudiger. Çalhanoğlu. There's the end of the first half. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It was very, very tight.
Not the most convincing of displays. They could certainly do much better than this. They'll want to keep things simple, build up their confidence and not rush into mistakes.
Here we go again then.
Madrid need to get the balance right to sort this out. Ambition must be complemented by just the right amount of caution, and I think the more experienced players can oversee that.
It's a good run down the left-hand side. And he's there to cut it out. Alexander-Arnold tries to get it forward quickly. Valverde. He's got the ball, he's got the space. Vinicius Junior has a goal! Oh, he did the hard part right, but not the finish.
Well, there are a few pockets of space that are being exploited, and they need filling, and fast.
So here comes a substitution. 2 changes being made right now. Good running with the ball. Can they build on it? Martinez. Alexander-Arnold. Well, there's no sign here of forwards working back. They are staying upfield.
They are, Peter, and it gives them a chance to break, but it's also causing an extra defensive presence to prevent that. Martinez really got caught in a trap there, and he just couldn't get out.
Vinicius Junior has a pop! It's a goal!
Madrid produced a lovely sequence of passes there. It's a terrific brand of football to watch, and importantly, it is a strong end product.
time for changes on both sides, actually. It's going to be a double change then. That has certainly made things interesting.
Yeah, it's a very good contest with two very good sides.
Shot a goal! He scored! And they're back in front!
That was a given. It always was.
And that's what the game is all about. Find space and finish, but we have to credit the passer to pick him out.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's how you make an impact as a sub. You know, when most are tiring, you can impose a freshness and energy to best effect. What an introduction.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Madrid showing a little more urgency now, and to be honest, Peter, this is what's required.
Well, hit and hope is just about the sum of it, isn't it, Jim?
Well, there's no two ways about it. This is what they have to do.
That's not going to make it. Vinicius Junior. It's found its way to him. Cut out in the nick of time. Hoists it forward. And it's Mkhitaryan. Tries to stroke it through.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
Gets it back. Now the ball's come loose and the chase is on.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
He's made sure that that won't get through. Vinicius Junior. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Madrid with a set-piece chance.
Well, this is a very real chance, and should it go in, it could be a big game changer.
With a delicate ball.
Has a pop! Oh, crucial block!
Chooses to go back. Vinicius Junior!
Subtlety has gone out of the window. They have to force it any way they can now, Peter.
Now surely!
Well, it remains to be seen whether they can come up with that little bit of class to rescue this situation, and it needs to be any time now, really.
More than happy to take the muscular approach. Vinicius Junior. Looks to clip it forward. Well read, he sorted that out. That'll be a throw. And there goes the final whistle. Madrid lose by the odd goal. It could have gone either way, but that is no consolation. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Madrid really were sleepwalking in central defence, and the alarm just never went off.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.